Hey, everybody. All right. So this is a love stream for the ongoing collection. And actually going to be a tour of where we are on the Warrior Heart Ranch with what I'm now calling the Warrior Goddess Kitchen, because I can call it anything. We can call it anything. And yay, I'm going to read a little bit out of Warrior Goddess Training, and then I'm going to give you a visual tour. I can share my screen. I'm about to go off grid until tomorrow night, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. But first, this is from Lesson 2, Align with Life. And this is a quote from my friend Alan Hardman's book, the Everything Toltec Wisdom book. Hey, Jamie. Oh, good. I'm going to do the actual tour. I'm going to go through the photos with everybody because I'm about to leave. So again, Alan Hartman, the Everything Toltec Wisdom book. I changed the pronouns. As an artist of the spirit, the Toltec of today knows there are rules you must follow, no belief system she is required to embrace, and no leaders to obey. She seeks complete freedom from fear and absolute surrender to love and acceptance. The modern Toltec discovers a happiness that is the result of love and acceptance flowing out of her. And she knows there is an endless supply of love. It is her nature to love. She embraces life and dances in joy and gratitude for every moment of her existence. This is the Toltec path, and this is the modern spiritual warrior, an artist of the spirit. Welcome, Ray. Hey, sweetie. Hey, Linda. Any of you that are tuning in, go ahead and say hey and share where you're tuning in from. That would be great. The truth is simple. Okay, this line is perfect for today. The truth is simple. Life is perfectly imperfect, unpredictable, and unexplainable. A warrior goddess does not try to control life or even understand it. Our job is to consciously choose what we are aligning with and then let go and dance in joy and gratitude for every moment of existence. Hey, Shelley. The choice comes down to fear versus love. Do you want to be a punitive judge or a flattened victim towards life, or a warrior goddess artist delighting in the many different colors and shapes of creation? Do you want to struggle with what should be, or show up to flow with what is in this moment? When we honor the cycles of life, we learn to love and learn from all the textures, from the rough edges to the silky, smooth synchronicities. As warrior goddesses, we are all works in progress. While I am not always able to have faith when things are difficult, when I do, my life flows with grace and joy and ease. And I've learned that when I'm in struggle, being kind and gentle to myself as I practice letting go creates more for surrender than fierce judgment. Change is natural. As we honor the flows of life, birth and death, coming together and splitting apart, and look for the beauty in both the flourishing bright flower and in the fading browning bloom, we find balance and acceptance. I'll read more next. Hey, love, Montana, Ray's from Canada. Maryland. So I started in the beginning for tomorrow because I'm going back to Warrior Ranch, which is an hour and a half from here, up in the mountains, and working on the building. So I wanted to give you a little tour so you have something to talk about besides the election. So I'm going to share my screen. Ooh, this is good. Okay. So this is Community Kitchen. Warrior Ranch is 80 outside Mexico. It's in the section. This, you can see at the bottom, there's a concrete foundation. So that's the old concrete foundation for the adobe building that was there. And from the best I can tell, it seems like it was there in the early 80s. By the time I bought the ranch a couple years ago, the building was really falling apart. And so we pushed the walls down, the rest of the standing walls down, and pulled all the wood off and cleaned everything up. And then we decided to rebuild using the same adobe. This is what's so cool. Adobe that we built, a bunch of people that did work that came and helped. This has been a definite project of love. Or so far, I bought, I think, 100 to finish the building. So from looking now, we're looking from south to north, and you can see the wall in the back and the sides, and then the windows to the left. So those are two windows that are going to be by the sink, and these two huge beams that we just put up. They're wrapped in plastic, so to protect them from the weather. But that happened on Sunday/Monday with me and Franklin. And Franklin has been the angel that's been helping me build, along with a lot of other people. I'll share some more photos, and I'll share the story of how we got those beams up, because those beams they look tiny. They're like 200 pounds. So, and then above, if you look on the north wall, you'll see that brown wood on the top. Doesn't look like much, but what that is it's called a bond beam. I wonder if I blow this up, if you guys can see the blow up part. No, it doesn't translate. All right. I know, it's super exciting. So the bond beam is, gosh, how to explain it? Let me stop sharing for a second. So those walls are 8 feet high, and we have scaffolding, and we then at the top of the adobe bricks, the way that adobe buildings work is that you pour what's called a bond beam, and it's usually about an 8 to 10 inch thick beam of cement that goes across the top of the building that just settles everything in. So it ties all the bricks together, and is the place that you then lay the floor on, or the ceiling. So exciting. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, Franklin, who bless him, has rented a cement mixer. We're going to haul the cement mixer up there. The cement mixer can mix about 2 to 3 bags of concrete at a time. It doesn't look like much, but it'll be 32 bags of concrete that will be pouring 8 feet above our head. So what we'll be doing tomorrow is mixing cement, taking the cement and putting it into smaller buckets, taking those smaller buckets and putting them up on the scaffolding, taking a shovel into the bucket and then pouring it into the form to then build up the cement. And then we'll cover everything and let it cure. And then once that's cured, you lay the beams across to do the ceiling. Building by hand. It is wild, people. So here's what I've learned from building by hand is I love learning about making and building with Adobe. Me too. It's been amazing. What I've learned is just incredible patience of how long every piece takes, and especially around the Adobe bricks, building the Adobe bricks, letting them dry, stacking them, moving them, stacking them again, and then using Adobe Mud to put the bricks in place. So as we are waiting for votes to be counted, let's be patient, because we're rebuilding something. Or don't be patient, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I want to share with you before I went to do this part, because I know I've needed things to think about besides checking the election every 5 minutes, which I did yesterday. And it's still in the same place. There's like slight changes, but we don't know yet. So I wanted to share and give you guys something else to think about and just bring you in my world a little bit and what the next step is. Let me show the rows. You know, it's so great. Application window, let's share that one. Let's see which ones these are. Okay, so there's our main one. A view from my back to the shed, looking towards the west. So the Santa Fe National Forest is straight mountains that you can't see. The house actually, or the kitchen up on the ridge, and then there's an incredible that runs through, which is down to the left that you can't see. And here's, I guess I have to come out of this and go back in again. So let me go back in. Let's try sharing the entire screen. This is going to get weird for a minute, peeps. Let me do it. That's not going to let me do it. Let's try that. Ah, this is good. So this is the kitchen window. So this is facing west, and the sink is going to be right here. And I did the window specifically, these two wraparound windows, and they were specifically to see the sunset while washing dishes. So they're wrapped in plastic. But when we had a work crew here last month, and we put this beam up. We finished all the adobes, and you get a better sense of the adobes a little bit, how rough they are. And we put the beam, that center beam up in the two beams, and you can see that's the beginning of the form. Up above. You're welcome, hon. I know the trees are great. Those are all ponderosa pines. Okay, next photo. Ooh, that's a good one. Share. And this is one of the beams. So this is the entrance. No, sorry, that's the French doors door that goes out to the west. So there'll be another wall to the left of that. What area that we're looking at right now is kind of the dining room, living room, wood stove area. And so those will be French doors that go out to a big, this is the vision, so exciting, a big deck. So there'll be a deck that will go out to the edge of the ridge so you can oversee the creek, and that's where everybody will eat. And I know, Jamie, we were there last year together. It is so nice to be able to share it too and see where it's at. It's come a long way since you were there last. So this is how we got those beams up there. So you can see the scaffolding up above, and then there's a bar, like 3 planks, and there's a chain around it. And then down below, it's wrapped around the beam on what's called a come-along. And that's a wire rope, I guess that's what you would call it, cable, that's the word, that we then jacked up. So that is how 2 of us could lift. That beam's probably 300 pounds. That's how the 2 of us could lift that beam up, is that I guided it and Franklin cranked it up, and then we placed it on that cement pad. You can just barely see the cement pad to the right. And then we built a wooden platform on the other side to hold it. And here, this is the last photo. Here's Franklin. Yes. So there's Franklin setting up the beam. You can get a sense of how big those beams are. This is a 6'2" tall man. So that's how big those beams are. And that was the come-along is wrapped around it. That was right before we laid it up. So yay, Franklin. Franklin is a contractor in Santa Fe and beloved of mine, really, really grateful. He has been my rock and has been partner, lover, friend, dance partner for many years now. So it's been a joy to get to do this work with him and have him help me learn how to build, because it's new, learn how to use power tools. Really fun. So loves, I'm gonna go jump in my car and drive to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and get ready to get some really good sleep so I can wake up super early, probably up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, to get up to the land to pour the bond beam. And then I'm going to be back here tomorrow night because we're starting. I'm doing my apprenticeship group, which is called Jump. We were supposed to meet live starting tomorrow outside of Austin, Texas for a week. We were supposed to be in a residential retreat for the next week, but we are doing it online. So that's what I'm coming back to tomorrow, which I'm excited about. Hey, Sloanerific. Sloan. So good to see you, Sloan. Hey, Deirdre, Ray, Nancy. Yeah, it's incredible to see what's happened. So roof is next. And that's been the vision, is if we can get it'll be a temporary roof. Thanks, love. That we will, this is cool. Okay, listen to this. So Franklin, who is a genius, I knew we wanted a temporary roof because we're probably going to put a second floor on it. The second floor will be a teaching space slash bedroom slash whatever it needs to be, yoga space. But I don't have the resources, I don't have the money right now to build the whole thing at once. So we're building it piece by piece. So we're building the kitchen first, putting a temporary roof where we're going to take the floor and put it at a slight angle and put pro panel on it so the rain and snow goes off. But then we'll actually knock off one of the walls and put it down, and it'll become the floor of the second story of the building. So cool. So, all right, loves. I don't know about you. I am exhausted. I took a nap this afternoon and was just talking to Mary of like, it doesn't seem like I've done that much. I'm so tired. And so I'm looking forward to doing some really hard physical labor tomorrow because I feel like it'll help clear my brain and my being, because it's a lot emotionally to hold right now. So I send you all blessings, and just know that as I'm working tomorrow, I'll be beaming out love and support and steadiness. Good. I'm glad you napped too, Ray. All of us should be napping. Seriously, napping is really important. Or taking, if you're working and you can't nap or you don't nap, take a tiny walk. Like do something to clear, to get away from social media, to get away from whatever you're keeping your focus on. There's a lot happening psychically right now. There's a lot of upset. There's a lot of strife. There's a lot of uncertainty. So we really need to take care of ourselves, be sustainable, keep showing up, keep praying, and keep loving on each other. So I'm heading off for a shower. So exciting. Sleep. And to work with concrete for tomorrow. So I'll check back in again with you sometime over the weekend or whenever we have some knowing of what's happening with the election. Much love to each of you. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.